Hi, here's Arne from Königsmark. This time I just wanted to give you a brief introduction about the latest update, which became available in late March 2017, which is a bug fix and a small feature update for People in Motion version 2. So first of all, I reworked the Fuse Mixamo support because they are sometimes mixing up their hierarchies regarding left and right sides, which was causing the problems you might have seen in earlier plugin versions about not automatically found joins in the hierarchy. So basically it should work now, and actually it does work, just by using Adobe Fuse and Mixamo as a preset rig type, picking the hips, joint, loading, constraining, and then they're ready to go. Just switch over to animate. Some of the characters have to be fixed regarding the shoulder positions, but it's quite easy to do. Just head over to static poses and offsets and run down the list until you find the shoulder offsets. Just increase that, move them down a little bit. Same with the elbows and the wrists if you like, and then you're already good to go. I also included some additional values here. One is for the spine position. So this one is new for spine position offset. So just let me rescale this a little bit. So you can push the spine joint back and forth or from side to side if you need this kind of control. And also I have some additional values here for the toe orientation. So basically you can adjust the toe orientation, move it up or down. Sometimes the characters in the default pose are a little bit up to the heels, so this is quite nice to have to fix such issues. The top part of the dialog also has some new controls about the wrist and elbow positions and orientations while in the sitting pose. So let's say the character sitting down, and you feel that the hands are maybe penetrating through the legs or through a table. So you can just adjust the position by using the wrist position and orientation. So you can rotate the wrists and forearms, and same is true for the elbows. So you can, for instance, move them out or in, or of course change about the orientation, which results in an orientation of the upper arms, as you can see here. So these are the more static changes we have here. This of course is not only related to the Fuse Mixamo rigs, but works with any kind of character you have. So just let me load some other character this time, because we have some new supported rig types as well, which are coming from Poser and DAZ. So the new types are Michael 4 and Victoria 4, which are quite popular characters with DAZ 3D and Poser. So I'm just importing them by using FBX here. Here is Victoria, for instance. Just unfold this to find the hip joint. Get the People Motion controller, switch over to the basic settings. You can already choose Victoria from the drop-down menu. Place her hips, load and constrain, and that's basically it. So switching over to animate, you can see that the default pose already works quite well because all the settings have been optimized for this character already. Same with the toes, which are a little bit up by default, so they are flat and parallel to the ground already. Regarding the motion designer, I got some requests regarding the stride value here. So I removed the clamp with 100%, so you can go even further, which results in even faster running speeds if you need this. So it goes up to 200% if this is useful in some cases. So everything between 0 and 100% works the same as before. I just fixed the head rotation a little bit more, so it's more facing to the front while running and not so much moving with the chest area. Beside that, I also removed the clamp from the time scale. So any other movement, for instance, walking up or down stairs. So let's see if we have some walking down or walking up stairs, can be sped up by using the time scale now. So increasing that, you can see that the character speeds up with those kinds of movement as well. Or of course, you can slow it down if you'd like it slower. So this is a new feature as well. Regarding inverse kinematics, just let me stop this and remove the walk in place. And through the basic settings, we just create some IK objects, which are grouped below the people motion controller by default. Let's say we pick the left hand and start the animation. You can see that the handles move with the character now by default, which is because of this follow option, which is switched on. So whenever the strength is reduced to 0%, so basically the handle is not used, and as long as you use the absolute mode, so you're using global values, so as long as both are given, the handles will move with the specific body parts. You can see elbow, hand, foot, and so on. And from there, you can, of course, increase the strength to then adjust an individual pose while walking. And whenever you increase the strength to above 0%, of course, the follow will not work anymore. So if you start to animate, of course, the handle will stay in place. But this is a feature I got a lot of requests for, so I just built this in. Another thing I got requests for regarding the inverse kinematic tag and these options here, which are new as well, where you can decide to switch off individual body parts completely from the simulation. So let's say the left arm, you can just switch this part off and it will not take part into the animation anymore. So the benefit from this is that you can now basically go into the joints and adjust the orientation and position of these joints by using forward kinematics or just by any other kind of keyframe animation you might have already or expressions you like to script. So as you can see here, just go into this and change it to any of your likings. And then of course the arm will just stay in this position or animate if you like to take keyframes. So these are the changes basically in the controller and the tag. Regarding the path objects, there's also one new thing, which is in regard to the reflector. Because some of you asked me about the bounce off direction of the characters. Basically, before it works just by calculating the impact vector. So whenever the character comes in basically from the left side, it will bounce off to the right side. Just like this. Or if you rotate this to the other side, it will bounce this to the other side. This has been the default behavior with the older versions. But now we have this direction menu here, so you can decide which direction you like to have, independently from the incoming vector of the characters. So you can decide to push it away to the left or to the right side. Or you can even choose the positive z-axis as a bounce-off direction, so basically creating sort of an U-turn for the character. So the character just turns around and walks away in the positive z direction. Of course, the turn can be made harder by adjusting the softness value, so the turn will be calculated in a shorter amount of time. If you, for instance, like to do catwalks or something like that. So another thing, but that's just sort of a bug fix, is in regards to the seat object, which now has smoother passes while walking away from the table or the seat, resulting in smoother rotations when the character walks away. So that's just a brief and quick run through the new features. So basically about the Fuse and Mixamo, more solid support for those characters, and the new Victoria and Michael 4 support, and some additional controls for the statics and the IK. And of course the reflector, which has the new bounce off directions, besides a couple of bug fixes regarding IK controls and things like that, more under the hood. So of course I hope you like this update, and please continue to write me about feature wishes or anything you have as an idea for future updates. And I always try to relate to that, and if I can, build this into the next updates. So thanks again for watching, and see you again next time. Bye bye.